Worldy Warriors, we're back here in the tea room again. Today we are going to make a banner that says Ichi go, Ichi. Come on, it'll be fun. So first of all, I have made a panel that is just a square that's been flattened and stretched, and that is going to be my banner. Now I haven't made it pretty big because I'm probably going to need to work a little bit large today so that I can have some good control over the characters that I'm making. Now I normally work in orange, but today I am going to go ahead and color this part. I'm going to use pineapple, and I'm going to use the customize on it. I'm going to make it as pale as I possibly can by just using this slide here. You can make it dark, you can make it all the way as light as you possibly can. I am going to use cloth for my material. So we're going to go ahead and recolor that. And it has a little bit of a texture to it, which is a little bit like bamboo or parchment paper that these things are made on. I'm going to go ahead and make this black, because usually these are done in black ink. We're going to make that, I'm going to go with cardboard and see how that looks. We may change the material later on as we go along. We'll see how that works out for us. We are going to go to our palette shapes, go all the way down to our tube, and come back up to our tool menu. We're going to make that, we're going to try a 4, but we're going to make it as flat as possible. You can see that that's pretty flat there. We're going to go ahead and use 4 facets on that. We are also going to do this on surface snapping so that we can paint right on our surface here. And I know this isn't really painting like you would with a brush or with our marker pen, but this is the way I like to do it. I feel like I have a lot more control over my things that I'm making when I do it this way than I do with a marker or a brush at this point. We're going to come down here and we're going to make these smooth tubes instead of the flatter ones, and we're going to see how that's going to look here. See if I can make this work for us. So we're going to have to double edit this pretty obviously. And so I'm going to get rid of a couple of these little dots in here that I need to get rid of. There we go. And we're going to move this around a little bit. And we're going to add an extra point in here just because I think that I'm going to need it to make this look the way it's supposed to. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Wow, that is surprisingly looking like the line that I'm trying to make from the lovely picture that I have in front of me. So, wow, that's just pretty cool. I'm going to try to make this look as much like that top line as I possibly can. And you know, everybody has their little nuances when they're writing. I kind of like that. I'm really kind of excited about the way this is turning out. I have not practiced this, which is probably pretty obvious to you by this point. This is really turning out a lot better than I expected, to be honest. Not too bad. Okay, so we're going to start on the next piece here. And do a lot of double editing in this piece. This is a good way to get used to doing it because I believe the more you use it, the better you get at it, and the more you realize how you can manipulate it for what you're doing. Scaled it up so that I could make some more drastic changes because I can't get this as little as I would like it to be when it's at the original size. So I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to bring this one down, smaller size. Okay. And then we're going to say done, and we're going to take the whole thing and we're going to make it back down so that it'll have a smaller, there we go, much smaller ends on it. Now we're going to say done. We're going to move that whole thing over because it's really too close. We need it to be about there. All right. Now we're going to make some nice little pieces. And I'm actually going to that's too small, I think. Oh, maybe not. These need to be a little bit smaller pieces, so I'm just going to start with smaller pieces. So you can see that I've manipulated this in. And now I'm going to scale. Oh, I want to double edit that. There we go. I want to scale up this top part here just a little tiny bit. There we go. We're going to make that one just a wee bit plumper. Too much. There we go. And then we're going to make this one over here a little skinnier. We want to make them kind of look like brush strokes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this bigger so that it's easier to work with. And now we're going to scale the whole thing down. There we go. I like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this one up here. Double edit it once again. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, the next bit is going to have, I'm going to go up to a 2. And I need to turn my surface back on because I shut it off for a second there. I have one more piece to put across here, don't I? I sure do. I'm going to need to move this one. Oops, we need to edit it again. And I need that piece right there. And I need to move it down. That one's looking pretty good. I'm going to try just to manipulate this one. Well, I think we're going to have to double edit it anyway. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. Now, our next one is going to start It's starting to look pretty good. I'm kind of proud of that. Let's see what else we can do to make it even better here. All right, that's not looking too bad. I'm not exactly thrilled with this little bump in here, but we'll give that a shot to see if we can't reduce it down. There we go. That's better. All right, so we've got the first one completed. Now I'm going to clone this one up here because it was a lot of trouble to make. We're just going to bring it down here. And I think I need to move it over just a wee bit. There we go. Go to our palette and I've put it back on. And we're going to start with the next piece. Now this one is a little different. Starts off a little bit bigger and gets skinnier towards the top. Oh, I like that. Not bad. Let's manipulate this piece a little bit and get it closer to where it's supposed to be, because they should be touching. It almost looks as if this is kind of crisscrossed over the top of that one. Okay. And then we're going to make kind of a wide one. It doesn't look too bad. Let's see if we can make this one a little bit less square. I'm kind of liking that. This has got to come this way a little bit more. I think that looks pretty good. I'm kind of proud of that. So we have it. Now I've made my canvas far bigger than I needed to, so let's get that sorted out. We're going to make this about that wide, because this is just going to be like a panel hanging up inside my tea house. That looks pretty centered. And then we're going to make a couple of other things on here. We're going to say done, and then we're going to make those things separately, and then we'll bring it all together by merging everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our simple cylinder, which is very smooth, and we're not going to need to use the surface anymore. We're just going to have our regular piece here. I'm going to take this and put it at the bottom right here. Let's see if I can get it centered. There we go. That's pretty good. And we're going to manipulate that. Bring it to the ends. So that it kind of looks like a scroll when we're done with it. And I'm going to move it back. I'm going to move it up a little bit so that it's centered on this panel that I have here. That looks pretty good. Okay, and we're going to then clone it and take it up to the top. So we have one at the top and one at the bottom. It looks off-center to me. So I'm going to fix that for me. It may just be that I have old eyes. Alright, so now I'm going to select that and that. I'm going to say done. Get those two. We're going to get this, and we're going to get all of our writing. Make sure that it's all picked up. And we are going to merge those shapes. Alright. So we have our Ichigo Ichi panel to put up in our tea house. So are you ready to see that in there? Okay. So here it is on the wall in my tea house, and I'm really very pleased with the way it looks. This banner translates to Ichigo Ichi. Make the most of every moment. We have one life, and this encounter will never come again. I think that's very important, and I think that we should all take time to just be with each other. We don't have to speak. Just enjoying one another's presence is such a special thing in this world. Look into the face of someone you care about and study their face. Just be with them. Thank you for joining me today on The Joy of Makerpen. I hope that you've enjoyed my banner and my message. I'll see you next time.